male in the face. They punch him and walk off. About 5 minutes later, at 3:20 p.m., that same group is at 17th Street between Chestnut and Market Street in front of a hotel. They approach a 24-year-old female from behind, punch her, knock her to the ground, and strike her several times. The offender that we're looking at there was a female, about 14 years old, with pink boots. We believe that she's the leader of this group. About 20 minutes later, the 200 block of North 19th Street, which is Logan Circle, a 31-year-old male is punched and chased by the same group, and he received some bruises. About a half hour later, around 4:10 p.m., at 20th and Callow Hill Street near the Target store, a 40-year-old female was punched by the same group. So we had 7 individuals involved in this attack over a course of about 1 hour in Center City. The next day, Central Detectives released some really intense video of some of the attacks. By putting that information out to the media and the media putting out to the general public, we had some enormous amount of tips that came into Central Detectives. Day, the next day, the offender number 1 is the female with the pink boots, turned herself in with her parents. The next day, Friday, the remaining 5 individuals turned themselves in with their parents. What's interesting enough about these individuals, and they range between the age of 13 and 15 years old. They all go to the same school, the Anthony Wayne Academy, 5500 Wayne Avenue. And from what I'm told, is a very, very good school. Charges for the 6 individuals will be aggravated assault, simple assault, recklessly endangering another person, and conspiracy. When I spoke to the detectives this morning, all the parents, all the 6 individuals are locked up. They came in with parents, were very cooperative and very saddened by what their young children were doing. Again, the Anthony Wayne School was very cooperative in reference to this investigation, and we're definitely not sure why this actually occurred, why they were in Center City, and why this happened. We're still looking at video, and we're looking for any other victims. If anyone has any information or wants to supply information, they could call Central Detectives at 215-686-3093 or utilize our tip line, which is 215-686-TIPS. If there's any questions on that investigation, I'll be more than happy to answer that.
You said 7 at one point, and you said 6 are locked
Yes.
up, so you're
There were 7 in the group, but there was one individual that did not do anything whatsoever, kind of stood back, and we still want to speak to her because that is a witness, and we're happy that she did not get involved in anything. But there were 7 there, 6 participated in the assaults, so we have all 6 arrested. They all went to the same high school, and this all happened in a very short period of time last Tuesday.
Are they all female?
Male and female.
You said a 4-year-old. You said at one point they punched a 4-year-old?
No, it's a
That was the last assault.
it was a 40-year-old female. She was outside the Target in front of Logan Square. Was a 31-year-old male. And on 17th Street was a 24-year-old female, and the homeless male, unknown age. We're still looking for that person, but we work with the district attorney's office. That instance was still charged against the juveniles, even though we're still looking for that victim.
Inspector, were you able to find anything on social media or any reason why they may have been?
We did not. I know Central's looking at that. Also, our criminal intelligence units that has our social media investigative team, they're looking into that. There was nothing out in social media that we saw that was come to Center City and do something. This is unprovoked. We're not sure why they traveled as a group from school to come to Center City, but the school and their parents really worked with the detectives to do the right thing here and turn their kids in.
What was the extent of the injuries on the people assaulted, and did they have things stolen?
Nothing was stolen. There was no robbery involved. No items from their person was stolen. The female from 17th Street received the most severe injuries. She had a concussion, and the other 3 individuals had some bruising and scrapes.
before or after the charges that you are suggesting, the police department is giving to them any penalty, like a ticket or something for parents, any responsibility for them?
Well, I know Central Detectives is working with the school, and the school was very cooperative in the investigation. They were, somewhat appalled that their students were involved in this. And all their parents of all 6 children came in and basically brought their children in, turned them in, because they knew by the video that we supplied the media and the media put out, they knew that these are my kids, and they took responsibility for that.
What were the extent of the injuries to those who were assaulted?
The female on 17th Street had the worst injuries. That was a concussion. And the other 3 victims had bruising and scrapes and things of that nature.
Piggybacking off the other question, in terms of consequences, these kids are obviously minors still, but besides working with the school and the parents, perhaps education, is there anything else?
What I can say, this is of the 6 that were arrested, none of them were arrested before, which is very, very surprising that go to a good school, good parents, they should be doing good things. So we're not sure what happened here, and the school and Central Detectives, Juvenile Services will be working to see what happened here. And it seems that the female with the pink boots was kind of the leader, instructing other ones, the other kids, what to do.
But is there like any citation,
Look, they've been arrested for felonies, so they have to go through the juvenile system, and hopefully they get the the care and treatment and some more guidance. They've never been locked up before, so we're not sure what caused them to do this. So.
At this time, can you send a message to the community, because we have this kind of situation before with the teenagers around the city, and it's still happening. The court period is not working. So can you send a message directly to parents to take care of all that?
Well, in this instance, the parents were right on point. They saw that their kids did something wrong on Wednesday, and on Friday they turned their kids in. So I can't ask more than that. They were very cooperative. The school was very cooperative. And from the lack of record, they have no record. So we have to kind of dig into what would make these kids do this. They seem to come from very good families, from a very good school. So why would kids that have no record have, a solid family structure do something like this? And that's something that, it's probably beyond me, beyond my pay grade, but someone has to see why would these kids do this. And it's very unprovoked, and we haven't had any issues like this in Center City in some time. Okay, I want to move to the next update. As you all are aware, several weeks ago, almost 2 months ago, in Center City, Philadelphia, and a lot of different areas of the city, we had that car meet that was on September 21st and 22nd. We've talked about this extensively, and from the mayor and the commissioner, we are not stopping the investigation. It's still ongoing. We have 2 updates in reference to that investigation. One is a recent arrest, and this was last Thursday. Ezra Walker, and I'll show you some pictures in a second, was involved in drifting at 25th and Pennsylvania and several other areas in the city. He had a blue Camaro. We're going to show the video. This is Ezra Walker. He's from Enola, Pennsylvania. He's a male, 20 years old. He was caught drifting at 25th and Pennsylvania. He had a blue Camaro. Show the other picture. About a week after this, we, working with the state police, Pennsylvania State Police, we recovered his car from his place of employment in the Reading area. That car was confiscated. And last Thursday, Ezra Walker was arrested. He was active in the car meet, and he was arrested last Thursday, and his car is still in our custody. We had a press conference with the commissioner about 2 weeks ago down at our auto pound, and his car, that blue Camaro, can be seen there, but that car is still in our custody, so we're still looking for people that were actively involved in the car meet, and Mr. Walker was arrested last week on charges. We're also looking for the public's help. We have an active arrest warrant for this male. Will pop up in a second. This male is a Samuel Merrill Hoffman. He's a white male, 19. He's from Reading, Pennsylvania. He is a promoter of the car meet from September 21st and 22nd. We have an active arrest warrant for him. He was involved in sharing content. He monetized what he was doing, so he's making money off being a promoter. And we have an active arrest warrant for him. We cannot find him, so we're asking the public's help to help us find that individual. Any information in reference to that could be, if you could call 215-686-8270 and ask for a Lieutenant Rosenbaum. So we're looking for Samuel Merrill Hoffman. He is an active arrest warrant. Any questions? Through the internet and through Instagram. A lot of these influencers make money off what they do. And we found out through the other promoter we arrested that they were making money off actually selling lists of where the car meets were and also selling advertising. So there is a money portion of this investigation.
How much?
That I'm not sure. Any other questions on that?
Was Ezra Walter also a promoter, or was he just involved?
He was involved. He was drifting. He may have self-promoted through his own little friends group, but we know Samuel Merrill Hoffman was like the #2 promoter. About 3 weeks ago, we arrested another promoter, Joseph Kavanaugh. He was part of that Check Engine Society, Project X. He was the main promoter, but Samuel is our #2 person that we're looking for.
How many have you arrested and charged altogether?
I think we arrested 10 individuals so far. We've confiscated 32 vehicles, probably over 45 search warrants for social media, things of that nature. And we still have more to go. There's, as investigators would say, there's still meat on the bone, and we'll be looking for other individuals. And we're utilizing technology because we know there was 11 or 12 different locations where the car meet is. We're using technology to figure out who was at the individual car meets throughout the city during those 2 nights. And we'll be sending target letters out to those individuals, working with the district attorney's office. We're taking a very, very strong stance on this, and I think everyone knows that this is probably our 6th or 7th press conference in reference to this. We're taking it very seriously. We've taken 32 cars, we locked up 10 people, and there's more people to be arrested. Thank you. Want to show that video?
Are you sending that video out to everyone? Yeah, I was gonna say, once our email starts working, we'll forward it. But I'll put it up and leave it playing, though, if you want to get it off screen for now. Unfortunately, we're not the rights holders, so you have to give credit to the creators.
The last question, is Ezra being charged with anything now that he's been arrested?
Ezra, yes.